Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak on the kind of like intersection between the renewable energy and IPR. So my talk is basically focused on the renewable energy, but also related to the innovations in renewable energy, which is ultimately converts to the patents and other things and other intellectual property. So next, so this is the outline of my presentation. Next, so let me tell you about the evolution of the ministry, how the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy evolved. So it was started way back in the 1970s when the Arab-Israeli war conflict happened, and during those days, people have realized that they should move towards the non-fossil fuel-based energy rather than only on the fossil fuel-based energy. So those were the days, 1970s, when the oil shocks happened, and the result of that oil shock was that in India, under the DST, there is a commission established that was known as the Commission of Additional Sources of Energy, and then this commission converted to the Non-Conventional Energy Sources Department. And that department again converted to ministry in 92, and then ministry is again renamed as the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So there are so many people who always think that MNRE is a spin-off of the Ministry of Power. No, it's not true. MNRE evolved from the Science and Technology, core science of technology brainchild. So this is a beautiful building. It's our office. Actually, it's your office because this building is established by the taxpayers' money like you. You are most welcome to visit this ministry anytime. I am always available here. If you will see this building, that there is a rooftop and then building integrated PV also. And this is one of the most energy efficiently government building till now in India. Next, it's in Lodi Road, Delhi. So this is the ministry's location of business. What we do? We do all kind of research related to renewable energy like wind, solar, hydro, and wind, tidal, geothermal, as well as we are also involved in the policy making of these renewable energy programs and financing also. Next. So this is the organizational structure of the ministry. We are led by a cabinet minister and then a state minister and then the secretary, the senior IAS officers, and then different divisions. So you can see almost every kind of renewable energy divisions have into the ministry. Next. This was the budget from last 5 years. Right now you can see the current budget is going on this 12,850 crores, which will again increase to the almost 15,000 crores. Next. This is the renewable energy ecosystem into the country. You can see on left side on top position, you can see there are institutions which are under MNRE. But apart from MNRE, there are some other agencies and institutions and organizations, PSUs also involved into the renewable energy ecosystem, which includes the Ministry of Power, Central Electricity Authority, State Nodal Agency, all the PSUs of under Ministry of Power, as well as the State Nodal Agency. So in UP, the State Nodal Agency of MNRE is UP NEDA. Similarly, the R&D institutions, standard and accreditation bodies, and the RE developers and manufacturers, think tanks, and other corporate and private players also. Next. These are the 5 institutions under the ministry. You can see on top there are 2 PSUs which are especially dedicated for the development of renewable energy sector, and apart from 2 PSUs, there are 3 institutions respective to each and every technology. Like for bioenergy, there is a National Institute of Bioenergy Kapurthala. For solar energy, National Institute of Solar Energy Gurugram, and for wind energy, National Institute of Wind Energy Chennai. Next. So next. So these are the climate commitments by the government of India. So when the Kyoto Protocol during the 2015, the Kyoto Protocol announced in 2015, government of India also committed to convert their non-fossil fuel-based energy sources to non-fossil fuel-based energy sources, and we have committed that we will reach up to 40% contribution from the renewable energy. And you can see that there is a target of 2030. This is our target to achieve the 500 gigawatt from the renewable energy itself. Next. So this is the condition of renewable energy status of India in the world. Right now we are on the 4th position. You can see that China and US, Brazil is leading right now. Maybe we are expecting that within few years we will reach to the 3rd position, because Brazil is more towards like lagging rather than India. So the global, if you can see, the global RE capacity is almost 3,870 gigawatt, and our target in this 3870 is right now it's almost 200, but we are 300, and we are going to reach very soon 500. Next. This is the source-wise country ranking. You can see in solar we are on top 5th position. In wind we are on top 4th. In hydro we are on top 5th, and in bioenergy we are on the 4th position. So in almost all type of renewable energy we are leading. Next. Next. This is the renewable energy potential. This is the potential, exploitable potential of the country. So you can see the solar potential in the country is almost 749 gigawatt, and among this 749 gigawatt, we have installed almost 100 gigawatt. Recently, few weeks back, we have reached 102 gigawatt of solar capacity. And similarly, the wind capacity, the potential of wind energy in India is almost 1100 gigawatt. 11 gigawatt and 1100 gigawatt, and but right now we have installed almost 50 gigawatt of wind energy. Similarly, small hydro, biomass, and large hydro also. So its total estimated potential in the country is almost 2000 gigawatt. Next. This is the potential of solar and wind. You can see the greenish area, greenish or bluish area reflecting the potential of wind, and the orange and similar color showing the potential of the solar. But there are few states which have very rich capacity of solar and wind both. So in the next plot, in the next graph, you can see this is the intensity of renewable. No, just previous one. Yeah. So this is the capacity of renewable energy. You can see the Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Rajasthan, and they are very rich in the renewables. I know that many of you are thinking why the other states are not very rich in the solar and wind. So can anyone give me the answer why not area of this are not very rich in solar and wind? Anyone? Students specifically. And we have different kind of renewable there. Sorry? Far from the? Okay. Anyone?
I think population density and the uncovered area kind of.
Okay. So the thing is that we don't have the solar and wind in the northern part, because we have a very rich potential of the fossil fuel. You can see the entire coal and other things are very rich in that country, in that area. Similarly, we have very rich capacity potential of bioenergy in this area, especially Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, and Jharkhand, in entire this belt. So what I was trying to convey that the entire country is rich in somehow in any type of renewable. Like western part is rich in the solar and wind, but the northern part is very rich into the bio and small hydro. I will give you the answer that topic of cancer and all. Yeah, very soon. Next. So these are the achievement till now. We had installed almost 192 gigawatt capacity, and the 1 billion tons of CO2 emission already averted. Right now we have 20% of RE capacity in electricity generated, and the wind tariff is almost 2 rupees 43 paisa per kilowatt hour and solar is 1 rupees 99 paisa per kilowatt hour. This is the least wind and solar tariff till now. Next. So this is the installed generation capacity. You can see the thermal is almost 55% and the renewable is almost 43%. And in 43%, the solar is almost 19%. Similarly, the wind is 10%, large hydro is 11%, and biomass and small hydro is almost 1 or 2%. Next. So this is the share of renewable energy in installed capacity. We have right now, if you will see the March 2015, the installed capacity of thermal energy was almost 69%, which is now reduced to 55% because of the penetration of renewable energy. Similarly, in electricity generation mix, 10 years back, the percentage was 17.2%. Right now, it is 20.7%. Next. This is the progress of last 10 years. So the thing is that how we progress till this level, because in 2010, when the National Action Plan of Climate Change was launched by then Government of India, in 2010 then the mission on National Solar Mission, which was earlier known as the Jawaharlal Nehru National Solar Mission, because of that mission we started putting investment and research focus into the field of renewable energy, and then we have reached, you can see in RE installed capacity is almost 2.53 times and in RE generation is almost 1.5 times from last. So this is the data of last 10 years. It's not related to any political ambition, it's just the data of a decade. So similarly in solar installed capacity, you can see that in 2014 the solar installation was only 3 gigawatt, which have reached to 84 gigawatt, almost 30 times. And in wind is almost 2.2 times. Next. So you can see the map from 2010, the tariff of wind was almost 3 rupees 14 paisa, and then it had reached minimum. It had reached the 2.43 paisa, which is now almost stagnant. But in solar, if you will see that the tariff of solar in 2010 was 10 rupees 95 paisa, and right now it's 2.60 paisa, but the least tariff of the solar was 1 rupees 99 paisa. I will tell you why it has increased. Next. So this is the sector-wise status of till December. You can see the total RE capacity is almost right now the installed capacity is 191.68 gigawatt, and we have a total targeted capacity of 485. This is completing the 500 gigawatt, including nuclear also, because our commitment in the international fraternity is for the 500 gigawatt clean energy. Nuclear is one of the clean energy. Next. This is a cumulative fiscal progress of till this January. You can see the solar installed capacity is almost 100.33 gigawatt right now. And when I am saying solar, it means the ground mounted, the grid connected, the hybrid, all kind of solar, except independent rooftop connections. Next. Next. So you can see 2003 electricity, after the Electricity Act enactment, National Electricity Policy formed in 2005, and just after this electricity policy, you can see in 2009 National Action Plan on Climate Change drafted, and the result of this NAPCC was the National Solar Mission in 2010. So you can see the graph is increasing just after the 2010, because just after the National Action Plan on Climate Change. Next. These are the major policy reforms from 2009 to till now. You can see we are doing the capacity extension through round-the-clock energy, hybrid energy, battery energy storage system, floating solar, Government have also developed the green markets. Government is also trying to expand their transmission for the evacuation of renewable energy. We are also focusing on the obligation, like every state have to purchase the renewable energy, which is known as the renewable purchase obligation. And similarly, energy storage obligation to purchase the storage electricity. Storage means, when I say storage, it may be battery, it may be pumped storage, it may be thermal storage, any kind of storage. And similarly, for the import and export kind of activities, we have developed the basic custom duty on solar PV for the solar production linked incentive manufacturing in India itself. Next. Next. So you can see the investors also attracted towards the contribution for the renewable energy. There are so many banks also active who are ready to give the loan if you want to establish the renewable energy plants. Next.
Next.
So these are the major schemes which right now government of India is doing. So you can see the PM Surya, it's very famous scheme. You can install the solar rooftop at your homes. You will be subsidized by the government. It can be up to 10 kilowatt. Similarly, the PF scheme, it's related to the solar water pumping of the farmers, and the National Green Hydrogen Mission, the solar parks, wind energy program, National Bioenergy program, green energy corridor for the evacuation of renewable energy, and for the research and technology, you can there is a separate program that is known as RERTD program, and then of course the HRD program. Next. So this slide I intentionally put there because this is for the students. If you are interested to do your training in the field of renewable energy, so MNRE is providing the free training and internship to you. If you are interested, you can visit the website. So there are so many types of training. Surya Mitra is known for the solar technicians, Vayu Mitra for the wind energy, related to wind energy. Jal Urja Mitra means it's related to solar water pumping, and Varun Mitra means hydro energy. Next. So this is a website. You can visit this website for any kind of internship training, and if you want to do something innovative with the ministry, you can also visit this website. Next. So for faculty, they can also apply for the chair kind of positions. They can apply to become a chair of the renewable energy in their institution nominated by the MNRE. And MNRE gives some honorarium also for the chair. Next. If you are interested to do the startups in the field of renewable energy, MNRE is also funding for the startups, any kind of renewable energy if you are interested. Next. So let us talk about the why we need the decarbonization, why we need the renewable energy sector, why we are discussing. Next. So you can see that this is a very important time to now we have to act for the energy transition, because if you are not aware, we are all facing this thing that we haven't faced so much cold, or every time we are feeling so much hot because of this climate change and all. So this is the urgency of the energy transition. It was started back during the Paris Agreement. That was a result of Kyoto Protocol. Next. And so what is the challenge? The challenge is to reduce the greenhouse gases emissions from the manufacturing sector, from the transportation sector. I will show you in this sector when this GHG is coming. Next. So if you see this graph, you can see from 1990 the GHG emission, the highest GHG emissions you can see in the power industry, and on second number this is the transport industry. Similarly, it is followed by the industrial combustion. Then agriculture is also producing so much methane, and then the building construction and waste and all also contributing to the greenhouse gas emissions. Next. And if you see by the global distribution of CO2 emission, you can see that the largest huge amount of the CO2 emission is coming from the power industry, which is followed by the industrial combustion and then the transportation and others. Similarly, if you see on the right hand side of the pie chart, you can see that the total consumption, US is the highest CO2 emitter around the globe. It's almost 20.76%, and followed by China and then other nations. India is only 4.12%. Do you know why we are emitting very less CO2 as compared to US? Anyone from the students? Why we are emitting very less CO2? Anyone? This is a general awareness answer. It's not related to any course curriculum and all. You must have read this in your schools. So let me give you the answer. So the thing is that 20 Indian people are consuming electricity equal to 1% of the US. Or in the other side, a single person of US is consuming the equal electricity of 20 people from the India. The good thing is that we are not a very big emitter of the CO2 or GHG, we are the contributor of oxygen and other things. So in this way you can see the image of India is very good in the international fraternity. So this is the reason that India have the presidency of India's International Solar Alliance. India is the country who have the headquarters of International Solar Alliance, which have almost 120 nations in that alliance. Next. So is it possible to make a future of the zero emission? Because we have already discussed about the transportation sector. The transportation is the second number in the emission, the GHG emission and all. Is it possible? So it is possible if we transform our transportation mode into the zero emission kind of fuel based. It may be the shipping industry, it may be the aviation, it may be your road transport. Next. So, but how we reached here? Because of the industrialization stage. You can see we have started from the caveman kind of activities, from the Stone Age to the hunter-gatherer, then become depend on the animal husbandry, then we have reached towards the industrialization age. Next. So sustainability is a very broad area. Here I am focusing on only the SDG of Sustainable Development Goals of 8 and 13. So you can see that 8 is related to the affordable and clean energy. 7 and 13. 7 and then 13 is related to the climate action. Next. So what are the three key problems in decarbonization? You can see that high cost of transition, you can see that the grid infrastructure, policy regulatory issues, technology and R&D gaps, these are the issues behind the energy transition. Next. And so how this energy transition is intersecting with the innovation. Next. So if you see this in this graph, the public research and development investment in wind energy is France is on top. You can see the France is on top, which is followed by the United States, Japan, Germany, and then other developed nations. No any developing nation in this graph. Next. Similarly, in the solar energy, United States is on top, and again it's followed by the other countries. And these are the funding for the research and development in the particular sector. Next. So there are so many. There are a very long history behind the innovation of renewable energy sector. You can see that just after the Kyoto Protocol, there has been successful wind energy technology cooperation with the European Union, and European Union members contributed to the Asian countries, and India was one of them. Next. So, if you are able to see the solar energy around you, that is just because of the innovation protection by a person who was known as the Becquerel. So Becquerel protected, and then on the idea of Becquerel, the Moschus developed a solar power engine, which is now a solar PV plant which you can see around you. So if you see any technology which is serving humanity, just behind this technology there is a intellectual property or protection kind of activities which is serving us right now. So irony is that that person, that module was actually a mathematician, not an electrical engineer or a mechanical engineer. Next, similarly for the wind, so windmill was existed even from the very early time of civilization, but first wind was developed by Charles Bush, who have developed this windmill for the electricity generation. Before this windmill, the windmill were used for the other kind of mechanical activities, and this was also patented by Mr. Charles Bush. Next. So you can see the timeline of the renewable energy innovations. You can see the Becquerel in 1839, then the first selenium solar cell came, then wind turbine, solar thermal plant, ocean thermal plant. Next. So when I am showing, next please. When I am showing these things, because these are all the protected technologies. There were so many people who have invented in between, but unfortunately never commercialized because of the absence of protection of their intellectual property. So in that scenario, you can understand that why protection of your intellectual property is why it is so important. So recent one you can see, one of the Japanese guy, he has patented a floating solar power plant. Right now India have more than 20 or 21 floating solar plants. Next. So this left side diagram showing a typical rooftop grid connected solar plant. You can see most of the parts. You can see the solar cell, the portable devices like thermal cooling and all, then testing or this. Most of the part is actually reached here just because of the technology transfer process. So, sir will tell you the technology transfer process in detail. I am not going to emphasize on this. Next. So these are the benefit that how you will protect investment in the innovation. It can reduce the risk. It can ensure the innovators reap economic benefits after the innovation. It happened there are so many innovators who have contributed to the renewable energy, and now they are getting the benefit. Similarly, the confidence and this can promote the confidence of stakeholders, and of course the competitive advantage is also very important. Next. So you can see there are so many examples of breakthrough in renewable energy technologies just facilitated through the IPR. You can see the stacked solar cells, the floating wind turbines, the solid state batteries, the green hydrogen, and then the advanced biofuels, wave energy converters, and other technologies. These are all happened because of the IPR facilitation. Next. So this is the case studies. You can see that there are so many significant investment protected by IPR. There is a Tesla's battery, the Vestas wind systems, the Sun Power Corporation. Almost all big giants have contributed in the field of renewable energy through the protected IPR. Next. And these are the breakthrough IE technologies. You can see that high efficiency PV cells, the aerodynamic blade designs, lithium-ion batteries, biofuel production process, and fuel cell technology, all were facilitated by IPR. So if you see any renewable energy technologies performing amazingly, it is just because of the facilitation of the IPR activity. Next. So I'm just giving the brief of the renewable energy program at the ministry itself. We are doing also something, doing some research also. Conducting actually, so the scheme is known as RERTT program. So there are the budget of this program is almost 228 crores. Next, and the thrust areas of the solar energy is you can see the recycling, hybrid inverters, high efficiency solar cells, perovskite based solar cells, and then universal solar pump controllers, cleaning of fuel. In these areas, you can apply for the funding if you are interested. Next. So similarly for the wind energy, you can see there are LIDAR installations, offshore wind installation, modeling and simulation, forecasting, and then for waste to energy, you can develop a cost-effective technologies for the regulation of urban and agricultural waste. And for small hydro also you can do some research which MNRE can fund you. Next. So similarly in bioenergy also you can develop innovative technologies for the slurry handling, for the digestion of waste, and for hydrogen fuel cell also. These are all information available on the website. If you visit the MNRE website, you can find all the details. So ocean and geothermal energy is also under the MNRE, and renewable energy application for supply of clean water kind of desalination of the water, and use of information technology. RE sector is also one of the important topic of the research and development by MNRE. Next. Of course, the energy storage of all types. Next. So these are the recent development by MNRE. We have developed through the intellectual minds like you. We have developed the solar cold storage, solar bulb, milk chiller, and hydrogen fueled vehicles also. And few of the startups also developed for the testing equipment of solar modules and the lithium-ion batteries. These were all funded by the MNRE itself. Next. So I'm not going to show you the detail of these. These are some achievements in the field of solar cells, solar system, the balance of system. Next. And in the solar thermal also, you can see right side, that plant is in Brahmakumaris in Rajasthan, Mount Abu. And the mid one is in Madhya Pradesh. These are all the solar thermal plants which was funded by the research project of MNRE. Next. Similarly, in biogas, you can see there are biogas plants. And in the hydrogen, you can see there is a bus. So MNRE funded a project on the hydrogen bus at Leh. The NTPC conducted that project, and 5 buses for the Delhi also. Next. These are the COEs designated by MNRE, and I want to see a COE in MJPRU also. Next. This is a potential studies conducted by MNRE's R&D division. So you can see this in this study. You can see this is the potential of the agro photovoltaic, then canal top PV, then floating PV, then road integrated PV, rail integrated PV, building integrated, and urban PV. Next. These are the technologies which are coming actually. So this is the current ongoing research which is based on the solar cell, thin-film inverters, batteries, solar PV, solar thermal, and the institutions involved like BHEL, NICE, Gurgaon, NCPRE, IIT Bombay, NPL Delhi, and IIC Bangalore and others. Next. Similarly for waste to energy, IIT Roorkee and National Institute of Bioenergy is involved, IIT Delhi is also involved, and in wind energy, the NIVE Chennai is involved. Next. For new technologies, there are institutions of ARCI, CFT Chennai is involved, and other than that IIC Bangalore is also involved. Next. So this is a facilitation of technology transfer under the MNRE. So MNRE has signed almost 78 MOUs with the countries. Like almost all the countries, most of the countries are related from the International Solar Alliance, and these MOUs help to import technologies from Europe or US to India. Next. So there are very huge impact of IPR on the renewable energy. Next. So if you see this plot, that leading startup sector, you can see that e-commerce is one of the top leading startup sector, and that is followed by the fintech and then deep tech and clean tech. These are the areas where you can do some innovative things. Next. Similarly, if you see the leading startups in India as like on the basis of funding amount, PhonePe is one of the huge amount of funding, and then followed by the Lenskart and Ola Electric and Zepto and other startups. Next. Next. So this is the data of patents worldwide from 90 to 922. You can see there are the patenting started just from the 90s. You can see this entire contribution is increasing day by day. Next. And if you see the country wise, you can see the highest patent filed by the China itself, which is followed by the US and then Japan, then Korea, and then other countries. Next. Similarly, if you see the by technology, so computer tech is the highest number of the international patents, which is followed by the digital communication, then electrical machines, then medical, then measurement and pharma and others. Next. And if you will see that the company wise, the Huawei and Samsung is leading right now, followed by the Qualcomm and Mitsubishi, and then LG. So you can see that Korean and Chinese companies are leading in the patents. Next. And by institution, the University of California is leading, which is followed by the Chinese University, and then again the University of Texas, then the Seoul University, then Johns Hopkins and NUS, and then so you can see the China, Japan, Korea, and then Singapore. Next. And this is the percentage of trademark applications by geographical. You can see in Asia we have like highest number of trademarks just because of the presence of China. Next. Next. So these are the points which I wanted to show you that this figure is actually the NEOM project of the Dubai, and they are trying to develop a microgrid kind of setup using the hydrogen and solar both. Next. So we can avoid the innovation bottlenecks also. Next. No, it's all right. Okay. So IPRs are actually the drivers of innovation, and balancing between the production and access is very important, because if any innovation is if the production of any innovation is creating hindrance into the technology execution, that is also not good for any country. So it happened, there are so many cases that people have protected and their production rules are so stringent that they were not able to transfer their copyright or patent to the another one. So we should avoid this kind of hindrance also. Similarly, the innovations, the IPRs have the potential to transform the global energy markets, because there is a very famous case that there were so many innovations which were based on the cleaning of modules. In the world, there are so many technologies for the cleaning of modules, but only one country who owned the large production of cleaning modules technology. Can anyone know the name of that country which had the highest number of advanced cleaning module technology? Any guess, any random guess, which country is that? That country have the highest number of Nobel Prize winners also. No. No. Highest number of Nobel awardees are from that country. No. I'm pretty sure someone will definitely give the answer. No.
Might be Finland, I don't know.
Sorry? Sorry? China? No.
USA.
America.
No. No.
Sweden.
No.
Dubai.
No. No.
सर आप फिर तो आप ही बता दीजिए.
So that country is Israel.
Oh.
So if you are not aware, highest number of Nobel Prize awardees are from Israel. The Jews are after the genocide of the World War II. These were the people who have highest number of innovators. And you will be surprised in our cell phone. In our cell phone, 50% of this the product of this cell phone is patented by the Israeli. And if you are not aware, about few days back that bomb blast in the pagers, do you know how it happened? Because that pager was even innovated by the Israeli people. And Israel is a very small country. So in the Rajasthan, government of India had installed a very huge solar park, and the cleaning of that solar park is done by a company, Copia. So that Copia is Israeli. Okay, so there are so many challenges in enforcement and equity also. We have to execute, develop the technology. At the same time, we have to enforce the rules and regulation also. And then, so in an overall way, I can see that IPRs are the catalyst for the sustainable future. If you really want to contribute for the clean future, please start doing innovations. Try to protect. You people are very lucky that you have IPR cell, and Manoj sir is leading that cell because he is highly helpful in any kind of contribution if you are thinking. Next. If anyone can tell me what is this? What is this? Just मुझे बताओ ये क्या है? Yes, very good. But solar में क्या? Solar में बहुत कुछ होता है. Sir, आपसे नहीं. So it's a solar thermal power plant, okay? It's not solar PV power plant. So if you are not about the solar thermal, you can see there is a tower in between, in midway, and that tower is enriched by the fuel. Okay, it may be oil, and all these on the ground now you can see these are all the mirrors which you will see in your home now. That the same mirror. So what it is doing, sunlight is reflecting on the mirrors, and then mirrors are focusing that sunlight to the tower, and that, you know what? Any guess what is the temperature of the fluid inside that tower?
2000.
Yes, 2000. Yeah, and that fluid is rotating the turbine. Do you know? In this plant is giving almost 30% electricity to the Spanish people. It's a Spanish plant, and again there are so many IPRs involved into this plant. Next. So basically this is all the nexus of energy, water and food. Whatever you are contributing as an intellectual property, it's contributing to this nexus. Next. So these are the few missions which I would like to share that you all know about these missions. So Government of India have started few missions. You can see that language mission, quantum mission, then got AI, EV. These are the areas where you should actively start doing your research. You have the direction. If you really want to serve the country, you should involve yourself in these kind of research. Next. And for this, government is spending a lot of money. So this is a mission known as National Quantum Mission, and this quantum mission involves the quantum computing, quantum mechanics, quantum materials, any kind of quantum thing if you are interested. Next. Can you go back? Actually, this figure is a IBM's quantum computing supercomputer. It's a supercomputer developed by IBM. This is known as quantum supercomputer. Okay. Next. Similarly, India have also launched the India AI mission. if you are interested to develop any kind of AI algorithms and all, you can just visit this website or Google India AI Mission. You will find all kind of information also. Students, you can do your internships also in this under this mission also. Next. Similarly, this National Supercomputing Mission, this is very important mission because India is day by day, India is doing their weather forecasting very strongly because of these kind of activities. These are the HPC's setups. Next. Similarly, for the cyber attacks and phishing calls, I am pretty sure many of you have received the call from an unknown person that I am calling from, and your आपके नाम पे कुछ सामान है जो जब्त हो गया है. Don't trap those calls. So to reduce those calls, government is also investing for the cyber physical systems. Next. And this is also very important. So if you are not aware, you know about the batteries. What material is used in the batteries? Sorry. I'm asking, when I'm asking, I'm asking only from students, not from the knowledgeable faculties. Okay, lithium ion. Do you know any other alternative material of lithium ion? Sorry? Okay. Okay. So, do you know which country is rich in the lithium ion reserve? Someone was saying China. Huh? So, half of the answer is correct actually. So actually the lithium rich countries are the lithium triangle, which is known as the South American countries, Bolivia and this Latin American countries. Okay, but those countries' reserves are leased by China. So China is exploiting the lithium of Latin America. Okay, so that's why China is leading in the lithium ion technology. We have to move into the another technology, and which we are doing, and we are moving to the sodium ion technology. Okay, so anyone can tell sodium ion batteries, how we can make sodium ion batteries? What is the basic element of sodium ion battery? Where you will find sodium? In your home. Yeah, of course, salt. We have a very huge amount of salt in our Gulf of Kutch and Gulf of with Gujarat coast. So government is developing a mission to exploit this sodium from that. Other than that, we are also so in storage there are two types of things: stationary storage and moving storage. So for mobile, you can rely on a stationary storage, but for the EV, you cannot rely on the stationary. You need lithium kind of materials. So for that material, government launched this mission to explore the critical minerals from the ocean. So that's why the research from you guys are very, very important, because government is fed up to import the technology from the European Union, from the US and the Japan. Please product your ideas and contribute to the society. Next. Thank you so much. So this is a useful link. If you want to know any kind of mission of the government or activities, just visit on that website, igot.gov.in. Other than that, you can connect with me. You can ask anything to me related to government missions and other things. Next. Thank you so much. And if anybody asks any question, please ask. Next. I personally insist that if any student want to ask, and if not, student our honorable faculties can also. Sir, you want to ask?
No, I'm not asking questions at all.
Your presentation was very insightful to all of us. So I appreciate your presentation.
Thank you so much, sir.
I have seen your hard work also during my PhD work.
Okay.
So I would like to put some questions basically. As you was exploring about the various regions in which some certain part of have a strength of solar, some have wind, some have this and that. and government is putting a lot of emphasis particularly on solar. What is the basic reason for that?
Okay. So the thing is that, sir, I have shown a plot of the comparison of tariff between the solar and wind. So if you have seen that plot, from 2010 to 2025 or 24, wind is almost stagnant. The price of wind is stagnant. So the thing is that government is not only contributing for solar technologies. The thing is that there were so many technologies who had done a breakthrough into the solar energy. So if I'm pretty sure that you all know that in the wind energy, the technology behind the wind energy is the wind turbines, which are based on the generators, and generators are basically earlier it was a doubly fed induction generator, which was based on the permanent magnets also. So we don't have the permanent magnets in India. We have to rely on the other options or the electromagnetic induction kind of machines. So we cannot increase the efficiency of any wind turbine. So as per the BETS limit, the efficiency of the wind turbine is 59 point something %, BETS limit. In solar, so that is the bottleneck of the wind turbine. You cannot increase the efficiency of wind turbine at certain limit. But in the solar cell efficiencies are increasing each and every day. So earlier it was based on the monocrystalline, then polycrystalline, then the heterojunction, and now it is based on the perovskite. Again, solar cells were earlier imported by China. So that's why that price of 1.99 rupees we have reached. But now it is raised 2.43 paisa because we have enforced our basic custom duty. So earlier we were doing the assembling of the solar cells in India. So China was producing those solar cells at a very cheap level, cheap price, and they were dumping into the country. And in wind sector, India is totally independent. So somehow the cost of wind plant was way higher than the solar plants. This is the one reason. Second reason, the construction of wind plant take more time than the construction of the solar plant. Solar plant take only 6 months. Wind plant take almost 2 years. This is the second reason. Third reason, the maintenance of the solar and wind. In solar, what we have to do, we just replace the module and the new module, we have replaced the module and our plant is fine. But in wind, you cannot replace a turbine in a single day or in a single month even. So, apart from this technological reasons, there are also other reasons like the international investments. In solar, there were so many international investments reached into the country, and there were so many people invested in India just to install the plant and kind of return investment kind of. So these are the big reasons that why, and of course India is and the grid stability is also very important. Grid stability is also very important. These are the big reasons. But see, what I am saying that we have reached the solar at a very fast way, but now there is a very big challenge behind solar also. For solar plant, you need land, and now in India we don't have land. All barren lands are all occupied. So that's why now government is moving towards the bifacial solar models. We are moving towards the canal top PVs. We are moving towards the floating PVs. So solar, of course, we have reached 200 gigawatt, but it's now the speed is now decreased. We at MNRE, we never discriminate between any kind of renewable energy technologies. For us, all technologies are equal. They're all our kids. Everyone is equal. I'm sure that I very emphasize. So, anyone? Yes.
Sir, what are the future trends in renewable energy technology?
Future trends.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Future trend is if you are investor, you do have money. If your father is investor, invest into the hydrogen.
Sir, my father is farmer.
Okay. So if your father is farmer, start working in the field of bioenergy. Biogas is a very potential renewable energy. So future-wise, it's see. The thing is that entire country is rich in the renewable, but not a single state which is rich in all kind of renewable. Okay, so which I have already shown you through the map that some states are rich in the wind, but some states are rich in the solar. Some states are not even rich in wind and solar, but they have the different type of technology. So can anyone know that in hilly areas there is a renewable energy potential, very huge renewable energy potential in hilly areas, especially Assam, Arunachal, or Himachal, Uttarakhand. Which renewable energy is that? Yes. There is. Sorry? सही कह रहा हूँ. Yes, of course, hydro. Yeah, hydropower plant. So they don't have the capacity of wind, or if you want to install the wind there, it's not very easy. और कोई क्वेश्चन? नेक्स्ट. थैंक यू सो मच.
सर लाइक जैसे ईवी और आजकल लोग बैटरीज की बात कर रहे हैं, बट
Yes.
नो वन कैन टॉक अबाउट द पॉल्यूशन इमिट्स बाय द लिथियम आयन बैटरी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग.
वेरी गुड.
I want that.
So this is a question of not the technology, it's a question of policy.
Pollution also.
Okay. So let me give an answer.
Yes.
So when you penetrate any technology into the society, or let me tell you in another way, on a festival day, what you want to eat? Kuch special, है ना? But that special thing needs some extra efforts. Okay. Same kind of with the technology also. When we want to penetrate some new technology, there is some
Efforts.
there are some demerits also of that technology. But our intention is first penetrate that technology. When this will match the demand supply, na? When the demand will high, na, the supply will also high. Then it creates an ecosystem. And in that condition, you think about, okay, let us do something. So fortunately, government already started thinking about the recycling of the batteries also.
But sir, we also have the hydrogen engine also. And
Hydrogen engine.
Hydrogen engine and hydrogen power.
Actually, if you match, if you compare the gasoline fuel engines and then EV and then hydrogen or blending kind of CBG and all, if you compare all kind of, no, you will find this gasoline based, petrol or diesel based is highly efficient. Okay, and this is a paradox of cost.
Yes.
Are you able to pay the 50 rupees per kilometer or 5 rupees per kilometer?
I also want to pay 5 rupees.
No, it's practically not. Yeah. So the practical thing is that even I asked this question to public also that for a person who is living in a tier 3 city, he is more focused to fulfill his family's and survival rather than saving the climate. This onus is on us. If we are able to sustain some kind of things, but thank you so much for asking, because if you really want to contribute now, do some technological innovations. Okay? Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an informative and interactive talk. It's now time for a lunch break. Please proceed to the dining area and enjoy your meal. I request everyone to return by 2:15 as we continue with the next session.
There are two sessions after the lunch. One is by Dr. Alok, who will be guiding you how to file a patent and what are the ideas, how he can be helpful, and how our university, in association with Dr. Dr. Alok will be jumping into the arena of patent filing and all. So he is a very good attorney. He is a graduate from Pantnagar, G.B. Pantnagar University of Agriculture and Technology, and PhD from there. So he will be particularly, it's not only for mechanical engineering, it's for all to enjoy over the session after the lunch. Let me be very frank to those who are registered for this. So be and you are a break over your lunch and we will be joining here after 15 minutes. Right?